Hello. So I've been thinking for the last couple of weeks about changing the mirrors on the zoomer and putting on handlebar mounted mirrors again. If any of you watched any of my videos over the last year or so, you'll know I removed the stock mirrors and put on bar end mirrors, which was a bit of a nightmare, but we got there in the end. And they've been fine. I mean, I'm not sure they give the best, background view of anything. And also I'm quite high, I'm 6'2", so I'm quite a tall rider, and you are constantly sort of looking down more than you would be with a handlebar mounted mirror. So I'm thinking of going back to handlebar mounted mirrors, and I had a look online, and the one I found which I quite liked is this one. This is a Ride motorcycle mirror, RYDE. You get these set of these on eBay for about 13 quid, and I mean the quality is really good. I mean the solid plastic, metal bolts, obviously metal nuts with nylon inserts, so they're going to grip really well, and they obviously adjusted at the end here. So yeah, they're okay for £12–13. You can't go wrong. Now the problem is these have a 10mm bolt on the end, and the fitting on the zoomer handlebars is an 8mm. No problem, you think, we'll just get a set of adapters, which I duly got. And then hit another problem. This is not unusual when I fit mirrors. Mirrors are a nightmare for me. The hole that this goes into on the accelerator side of the bike is completely and utterly threaded. The thread is the screw thread, the bolt thread is gone. It's just, you could almost put it straight in and out. It's knacker. So I thought, well, there's a couple of ways we can approach this. I could possibly tap out to a 10mm, but there's not a lot of space round the edge, and I thought that's risky, because if that goes wrong, you could end up breaking the edge of the bracket where the mirrors go, which also of course has the brakes and the starter button and other things on it. So I didn't really want to do that. So I thought, well, next thing was to try some of this stuff, steel stick. And this is an epoxy resin which is supposed to dry as hard as metal basically, and you can drill it and tap it and all this sort of thing. So I tried this, filled the hole with this, and I gave it 24 hours to dry. It really only needs an hour or two, but I found it surprisingly soft when I was drilling the pilot hole to put the tap set in to tap out an 8mm screw. I found this really soft, and I tapped it out, and really it wasn't providing any grip at all. Now maybe this is not specifically what this is meant for, but it should have done the job better than that. So anyway, we abandoned that one. So the only other way I can think of doing it, which I've done here, is to remove the thread on the actual adapter, run a long bolt through it, which is going to go down into the fitting and allow me to tighten it up for the bottom. Now there's plenty of space to do that, and that I think is the only option I've got. I might put a little bit of the steel stick round it just to bed it into the hole a little better. So that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to try that, see if that works. If it works, we'll fit the mirrors. If they work okay, we'll remove the bar end mirrors. I've got a new set of grips. These were again £8–9 on eBay. I mean, I don't believe in spending a lot of money on these things. It's a hobby, it's a bit of fun. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, you're not going to think, God, I've spent a fortune, that was a waste of money. You think, well, 8 quid, what the hell. So that's what we're going to go down now. We're going to go down and have a look at the bike. We're going to see if, whoops, which I've just dropped on the floor, see if this idea works. The other thread is fine. This just goes straight into the handlebar thread, no problem. We'll put a bit of what do you call it, thread lock on this as well, just to keep it tight. So we're going to go down and try that now and see how we get on. Might work, might not. Hey ho. So this is the troublesome hole. This was completely stripped. I put the steel stick down it, drilled it and tapped it, and as you can see there is thread there created by the steel stick, but it's not gripping. I can put the original one of these in and twist it, and it just keeps turning, it doesn't grip. So this is the plan. Drop that down there, and then just, where are we? If you can see it, there we go, bolt it at the bottom. It's not in the way of the brake or anything, and that should hold it. I'm going to put some steel stick around this, just so it fills up the hole more, and that'll give it a bit more stability. And we'll see how that looks when it's done. Obviously the steel stick will take an hour or so to dry, and then that should hopefully do the job. What a palaver. Mirrors are always a palaver when I start them. That seems to be that problem solved. That's not going anywhere. Use a nylon threaded nut because it's going to really grip, and obviously a washer under there as well. And that's fine. So that's that stripped holder fixed. So that's the mirror stem tightened down onto the adapter. Loctite on all of this. And that's them on. Same for the troublesome one here, that's holding fine. Again, Loctite, blue Loctite I use just to... So what do you think? Certainly increases my field of view, which is probably a good idea. Now the good thing is, what I need to do next is obviously swap over these grips here, just cut these off and put the new ones on. But the actual fittings for the bar end mirrors are still in here. So if I decide I don't like these and want to change back to bar end mirror, that's simply going to be cut off the end of the grip and screw the mirror back on. So that's nice and simple. So there we go, new mirrors. We'll test them when we're out next on the ride, but they certainly give a much wider view from the bar end mirrors, which were way down here. So for my height and for safety, I think these are probably better. So removing the grips, I've done this before, but just to show you, it couldn't be simpler. You basically just take a Stanley knife, slash along, pull them off. Now the trick to putting grips on is hairspray. Because hairspray, obviously when it's wet, allows you to slide it on, and as soon as it dries solid. So I've always been advised hairspray works best, and that's what I've used in the past. So we're going to spray this with hairspray, and then a bit of brute force to slide the new grip on, and that'll be that. And that's it, hairspray. Whoever came up with that idea is a genius. New grips on. Okay, so we've got new mirrors, new grips. Just going to do this one now, and as I say, the bar end bits are still in here. Should I decide to add them back on again, I can just slice this end off and reattach them. So that's it guys, another little lockdown project. Thanks as always for watching. Like and subscribe if you can. It's just me mucking about, but you know, keeps me entertained. Hope it does with you too. All the best for next time. Cheers now.